What's up, YouTube? Welcome to another YouTube video. If you read the title, this video is going to be about how to overcome anxiety, even in safe places. Yes, you can have anxiety even when you're in a safe place, a relatively safe place. And the reason why is because there is a such thing as trauma, and your nervous system is always trying to protect yourself. So I'm going to give you some keys and some tips on how to overcome that feeling of anxiety, even in the safest of safest places. All right, so stay tuned for this video and we're gonna have a lot of fun. So let's get right into it. First things first, right, is I want you to analyze how safe the place actually is, right? The reason why I say this, right, is because I was once living in a more impoverished type area, right? There's liars, stealers, and there's cheaters, right? So obviously it's not the safest of safest places. So you have to be able to judge your situation accordingly. This is going to require a particular amount of self-trust, right? And obviously intuition and obviously common sense, right? So the first thing I want you to do is just simply analyze when your body is overreacting, right? So like I said, I came from a lower income type of area, and I obviously began to scale up and I moved into a more higher class type neighborhood, to say the least, right? And the thing is, I still felt like I was unsafe. I still was high alert for danger. I'd be out with my partner in a safe place, relatively safe place. We'd be out having lunch. It's calm, it's peaceful, it's enjoyable. But my mind was steady searching for something to go wrong, for something to happen. I felt unsettled. I was very tense, and I wasn't able to relax and be in the present moment. Like I said, this was due to me coming up in an environment where it wasn't relatively safe. There was shootings, there was robberies, there was a fast-paced environment where you never know what to expect. So the next thing is going to be, even though it can be a relatively safe place, I want you to notice when triggers arise and what people, events, or things causes those, those emotions to rise, right? What triggers those triggers? All right, let's say that. What triggers those triggers, right? Is it a person's attitude? Is it their behaviors, right? Because I want you to also remember this. Just because it is a safe place does not mean that there are not triggers there for you, okay? Nobody's perfect. There are thousands of different personalities. There are also particular things that can take places in relatively safe places that can bring up triggers of unsafety for you, frustration, anger, sadness, hopelessness, feeling less than, grief. All right, so you have to be able to identify your triggers when they arise. You do this by calmly listening to your body, right? So one of the things that I did is, when I was in my relatively safe place, things weren't perfect, right? And so when I ran across a person and their attitude threw me off, or it made something in my body arise, I paid attention to it and I listened closely and I began to study it and understand what it is exactly about this person's behaviors, attitudes, or actions that made me feel triggered. And I grew in awareness, and it linked back to something in my past that I needed to heal, which was ultimately a cheat code for me to focus on healing and being present and who I am today, instead of allowing that person to cause me to react and revert to something that I'm looking to grow from. This segues into my final point. How often do you allow yourself to process your emotions, right? We have to begin with awareness, right? This video is about how to overcome anxiety in safe places. Even in the safe places, recognize that there are triggers. and recognize that even in these safe places, you're going to have to allow yourself to process. But be thankful that you now have a safe place to process, right? Maybe you felt unsafe before to process in your old environments, but now you have the ability, because it is a relatively safe place, to process your emotions effectively. And how you do it most effectively is simply take the time. Simply identify what it is that you're facing. Be honest with yourself and take the time to understand what's going on if you are not fully aware of what has happened to you or fully understand what triggered you. Okay? Allow yourself to process. Take a day. Take 2 days if necessary. Okay? Recognize that you're in a safe place. You are no longer in danger, and that you have the ability to protect yourself today and be as safe as possible today. Allow yourself to feel safe, to trust yourself, and be there for yourself. Recognize that you have all the tools to protect yourself and show up for yourself today. Allow yourself the time. Give yourself the permission. I mean it. Give yourself the permission to process any relationship, any relational trigger, any situational trigger that takes place. Allow yourself the time to process it so that you're responding instead of showing up as your old self. You're responding with the person that you are today. All right, so that's what I have for you here today. Thank you for stopping in and joining to click into this video. This is how to overcome anxiety even in safe places. I hope you all the best. I hope you all the healing, and I hope you all the joy. And I hope that you have a wonderful time on this planet and enjoy the rest of your day. Like and comment, subscribe to this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.